All right, welcome back. If it works, you can call it a comeback. Efforts are underway to bring back the vegetation to Lake Fork. In this week's Hooked on East Texas, we highlight the effort rooted in restoring a missing part of the famed lake's habitat.
Vegetation is the lifeline of a lake like Fork, and we just have not been able to get anything going again.
Drought and hot summers since 2015 have taken a toll on Lake Fork's natural plant habitat.
And that had a significant impact on shoreline habitat because it's hard for it to come back and restore itself.
But now comes a new creative way aimed to enhance fish habitat at Lake Fork.
I think this is a new method that might actually have some promise for us.
Texas Parks and Wildlife biologist Jake Norman is teaming up with the Lake Fork Sportsman Association. The goal is to use 10 floating grass planters like this to establish native vegetation along Lake Fork's 315 miles of shoreline.
If you think about grasses in this lake, as large as it is, you need a lot.
Carolyn West heads up the association's Grasses Project. The project, funded through the Habitat Angler Access Program, or HAP, will plant coontail. It's a bushy plant that can spread quickly.
It is easy. It is a floater. It doesn't attach to soil, so it's easy to get it out around the lake.
How do you get it around the lake? The answer: deploy floating grass planters. High school students from Eantis built the cages. Ed Swenson is with the Lake Fork Sportsman Association. He described how the cages will be dropped and anchored in about 10 to 15 feet of water.
And the wave action in the basket will then break up the plants and fragment them and blow the fragments to shore.
The benefit when it's floating out in the middle, if the lake drops 5, 6, 7, hopefully not any more than that, 8 feet again, but if it does, that planter is just going to fluctuate with the elevation of the lake at that time, so we're not going to leave a bunch of our founder colonies high and dry up on the bank.
The project has an estimated cost of $12,000. A portion of fishing license fees fund HAP projects. Hopefully, this initiative creates or expands existing areas of fish habitat. Coontail provides cover for baitfish, young bass, and crappie, and shade for the lake's lunker bass.
The one thing I hear from mostly our guides is that's just one of the best. I mean, it's just one of the best to draw big fish out from under.
There will be challenges, for instance, future drought and heat, but also TPWD's Norman is asking for the public's help.
So of course I just encourage folks, if they see these, ask questions, but please don't mess with them. Don't think it's something illegal. It's not an illegal fish basket. It's not anything malicious. It is simply a habitat improvement project.
An improvement project that may yield quick results. The Sportsmen's Association and TPWD say they'll know if the program is a success by this time next year.
If we see an abundance of growth, I think we can say we've reached a point where we're successful with the program.
Well, let's hope so. The Sabine River Authority also has an ongoing experimental project to restore grasses to Lake Fork, but so far it's had mixed results. The floating planters are the next step and hopefully a successful step to restore lost habitat. All right, let's talk about the